Man, this turned out to be a fabulous day. Up in Bell Fountain, it was starting to drizzle and overcast at 72 degrees. I almost canceled the trip. This is perfect. Well, another adventure begins. Pick it up right where I left off on the Little Miami just 3 weeks ago, right here at US Route 35 behind me. I'm not getting on the water till 3 p.m., so I'm getting a little bit of a late start, but I'm gonna kayak all day tomorrow, late into the afternoon, early evening, as long as I don't get rained out. For those of you who may be tuning in just to learn a little bit more about the Little Miami River, this is part 2 of my through paddle of the entire 90-some miles of the Little Miami River, starting at John Bryan State Park all the way to the Ohio River. Now, part 1 was the section beginning at John Bryan State Park and down to Glen Thompson Reserve, where I just started today. I will link that video in the description below and at the end of the video if you want to check out that part 1. Today is part 2. Picking back up where I left off at US Route 35, just outside of Xenia, at the Glen Thompson State Reserve, aka Eagle Pass Canoe Launch, aka Jacob's Landing. And on this video, we're going to be traveling approximately 30 river miles to Constitution Park, where I plan to take out tomorrow afternoon, early evening, as long as I don't get rained out. There is a little bit of rain in the forecast. So I'm going to take you along for the adventure and show you what I see on the Little Miami River. Thanks for coming along. Looks like we got a little oxbow here. I'm going left. I hope I'm not choosing the wrong direction here. And for those of you who may be joining me just because you want to see part 2 of my Little Miami River through paddle, thank you for joining me once again on this adventure. And stay tuned for later on this evening. I have a surprise guest joining me at camp tonight. Well, he's going to join me for hopefully an hour or two before we get to camp and before we cook dinner. He'll be with me all day tomorrow in his canoe. Who could it be? Fun water right there. Man, right out of the gate, we got a doozy. 6/10 of a mile in. There's a nice big log right here I can stand on. It's about 3.5 foot deep. I'm just going to try to go up and over this. Maybe. Shoot. Problem is, what's next? Oh yeah, that wasn't too bad. Now I gotta get back in. Oh, there we go. Man, this is beautiful. I don't know if you can see the bottom through the camera. And it's only like 6 inches deep right here. I'm probably going to scrape right here. Nope, it made it. But there's actually pretty good visibility. Man, I love kayaking in the summer. This is just great. And I always look forward to getting to camp and setting up my hammock, getting a fire going. You know, half the fun for me is finding a campsite. It's like a double-edged sword though, because I always think there's going to be a better campsite around the next bend, the next curve in the river. And then I end up getting into desperation mode trying to find camp before dark. But man, it is so exciting to me to try to find a beautiful campsite. You could easily camp up in there. Check all that out. I see some hammock hanging trees up in there. Very nice. That's kind of what I'm looking for tonight. I would love to have a big gravel area with easy access up the bank to some hanging trees. Perfect. We're just 3 hours too early. So from what I've experienced so far on the first 15 miles and now here on the next 1.5 miles since leaving US 35, this looks pretty typical for what you're going to see along the Little Miami River. Deeper, slower sections And every few hundred yards you come up to some faster moving water like you see up ahead there, with some shallow spots where you can potentially drag. And here in a little bit I will let you know what the current discharge rates are and the water depth. It is definitely a little below average, but so far I've only scraped bottom maybe once, so the further south we go I think the deeper it's going to get. Okay, the current water levels at the Oldtown facility, which is closer to where we're at. The other facility that measures the water levels is Milford, Ohio, which is a lot further south than I am right now. The average is about 1.68 feet. We are currently at 1.52, so a little on the low side. The discharge rate currently 46 cubic feet per second, and the average looks like it's around 65 to 70. So yep, water's a little bit down, but it is suitable for me. Gotta make up some time. We've had some really slow water. Another thing I really like about kayaking, especially on a new river, is not knowing what's coming around the next turn. The unexpected, the unknown. That's what makes it exciting for me. Whether it's shallow water, down tree, boulder, whatever it may be. And to me, it's pretty darn exciting seeing those new things and figuring out how to navigate around them. So it's fun to look ahead and try to figure out which way you're gonna go, how are you gonna get through here. And it's a tight one right here, but we'll get through no problem. Right between the branches. Whoa, haven't got the camera. But you know what, there is one thing about Ohio rivers, at least the Ohio rivers that I've been on, that I can't stand. You hear what I hear behind the camera? Car noise, road traffic. You can't ever escape it. I'm sure there are some rivers. I'm sure you're gonna let me know down in the comments where these rivers are in Ohio, but that's why I like kayaking in Michigan. You might not hear a car or any road noise for days up in Michigan. Very hard to find down here in Ohio. Here comes another little quick moving section that I love. But this one sounds really shallow. See how it kind of forms a V? Usually you go right down inside the V, and that's the best line to take. Unless there's a big rock in it. But I don't see one here. This looks perfect. Oh yeah. Here we go. Excitement on the Little Miami. 6 miles an hour. Woohoo! That right in front of me is something you want to avoid. There's a big rock there. You just nicked it. Oh man, this is fun water. Oh, going right underneath the tree branches. Look out! So something I've noticed here recently, actually since I started, it has that dirty laundry water smell. Not constantly, but every once in a while I get a hint of it, a whiff of it. All the way, I'm only 3 miles in. So from US 35 to wherever I'm at now, 3 miles down river. I just went underneath Indian River Road a little bit ago. Just a constant smell of like dirty laundry water. There's one spot on the Mad River where it discharges into the river out of the city of Urbana, I think. It has that smell, same smell. And you smell it everywhere on the Scioto River. A lot of reclamation water being discharged into the Scioto River. It is nasty, especially going through Columbus. But I don't like smelling that because I feel like I'm in dirty water, you know what I mean? I want clean, pristine water. I've never had a heron let me get that close without flying away. Pretty incredible. By the way, I just passed 2 rope swings. They did not meet my standards. I can't believe how calm and still it is out here. I can hear someone talking every once in a while off in a distance over that way. There must be some trails over there. But other than like the locusts and the crickets, there's no sound. An occasional bird. I gotta tell you, I've been in a long, straight, flat water section for over a half mile, and it is boring as heck. If this is what the Little Miami River is, all the way down to the Ohio River, I don't know if I want to finish it. Hey, another rope swing. What do you know? Neon colors. Let's see how deep it is. It was 3 feet a little bit ago. Yep, still 3 feet. The clouds have settled in, and the temperature has dropped 10 degrees. This is not what I wanted to see. It is sprinkling. A very, very light sprinkle. This might end up being a miserable float tomorrow. Fortunately, the sprinkles have stopped, but we have another long quarter-mile straight stretch with a couple kayakers in front of me. This is the 4th rope swing I've seen today. They're all pretty pathetic. I mean, I guess that one's 25 feet high. Not as bad as some of the other ones I've seen. How deep we got? Still, it's like 2.5 feet deep. So I just passed Bellbrook Canoe Rental, and I'm about 2 miles or less to Constitution Park, which is where I am spending the night, potentially. Well, that's where I'm meeting up with our surprise guest. For now, let's see if we can get around this little oxbow right here. It's like turned into a little creek. What kind of duck is this? With a white head. Quack, 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 quack. This is State Route 725. Just a few more miles to Constitution Park. Our surprise guest has arrived. He is currently waiting for me at Constitution Park. That was my original intended spot to camp tonight. So we'll see if he wants to stay there or if he wants to continue on. But he's got his canoe out, ready to roll. Well, what do we have here? I don't see a way through this one. Or do I? On the far right. Oh yeah. We're just gonna drag here for a little bit, and then we'll skirt our way over to the road. Now, if it was fast water, I'd be a little worried right here. Slow enough to get around all this debris. Nice. Any moment now, we're going to be coming around a turn and seeing our special guest that's joining up with me. He is currently paddling upriver in his canoe to meet me. I'm guessing we're 1 to 2 miles apart right now, so it won't be long. Well, there's the source of some of our smell. Gross. Who is this lunatic paddling upriver? All right, this is our special guest, folks. Our surprise guest, Hollywood himself.
That's right, in the flesh.
David Ty from the Scioto River. I'll put the link in the description if you want to check out the Scioto River with me, David, and Donnie. It's time to get a fire going and get dinner going here soon. I want to do some good eating tonight.
Right.
Man, a very pretty section. Reminds me of the Pine River or the Au Sable. And if you listen closely, you can hear some music up ahead. There's some kind of festival going on near Constitution Park, and I don't like it. I can't sleep with all that music going on tonight. So we might be going on downriver a few more miles. All right, so what's this canoe we got here? This is an Oldtown?
Oldtown camper, I think is what it says on it, from the 80s. Royal X.
Royal X, okay.
Got tie downs on it, it's ready for some gear.
Man, is this a Xander Budnick style canoe?
Looks like it. His might be smaller. I don't know. I do not know.
All I know is that's one giant bag you got
And I'm
there.
running it backwards right now too.
What?
To put me in the middle.
Really?
Around. Yeah.
I never thought about that. So it doesn't matter which direction you run a canoe?
Depends on who you talk to.
Huh.
There's some purists out there. They say this isn't the way to run solo, but it works for me. It puts me more in the center.
Yeah, I like that. Constitution Park. All right, camp is all set up. The Dream Hammock Raven with the Costco underquilt and top quilt, and Hammock Gear Dyneema tarp. David is working on his first setup ever of the Banyan. Who makes the Banyan? Dutchware Banyan. I'm looking forward to seeing this set up and actually laying in it. All right, let's go get a fire started. This is all we got so far. I want to see if I can get a fire going, because if we don't get a fire going, we ain't eating tonight. All right, let's see if we can get this puppy going. It's like all the dry little kindling I got. Sweet corn for supper tonight. This isn't the main course. This is the appetizer. So like normal, we always have the salt and the pepper, and I can't believe it's not butter, because that is the easy way to go kayak camping with sweet corn. But David says he has a surprise for me. What could this be?
So as a man who pulls teats and milks cows, I was appalled by your last video.
Oh my goodness, look at that, folks. Real butter. Is this Jersey butter?
No.
Okay. But it's real dairy butter, that's all it counts. And the main course.
Right here, people. Some sirloin.
Jersey sirloin.
Inspired by backpacking with Jason.
Oh, buddy. We won't be cooking on a rock, though. There we go, corn on the grill. Right on the coals. Oh man, real butter. What a treat. Lather it up. This is so much better than I can't believe it's not butter. Man, that's looking good. All right, here we go. First bite of Jersey sirloin. Mm-mm. Nothing like hanging in a hammock with a full belly. That's some good eating tonight. And I am exhausted. It's just about 11 p.m. So it's lights out. See you in the morning. Good night, David.
Good night.
actually still some warmth down in here. Can't believe it. We put this thing out last night. We didn't leave it going. Still some coals. All right, first things first. Time for some coffee. And today it's going to be Folgers. Looks like we've got a boil. All right, let's see if we get that fire going. Come on, baby. I'm hungry. For breakfast today, breakfast sausage, potatoes, pepper, onion. Finish it all off with a peach. Oh, peach for David. So this is David's cooking setup. Holy moly! What in the world? So is this just using regular fuel like mine?
Yeah, it's a butane, but you're not supposed to use it sideways.
Oh, okay.
It's getting liquid in there.
Gotcha. Man, it's supposed to rain in 1 hour, but look at this. How can it rain in 1 hour? It's a gorgeous sunrise. Well, at least I got a halfway decent knife to cut these things up with today.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what you do with your Garmin, you just do with your phone.
Yeah, I do everything to it. Well, except change your settings, obviously.
That's the easiest way, it seems like.
There we go. This is the banyan.
You gotta pitch it pretty tight.
Yep. Oh. Man, it seems narrow.
That's what you get.
Yeah?
But it's not crunching in around you like a gathered in.
Right. You'll like all the headroom with the netting around your head, squared off like that with a double.
Yeah.
The double ridge line. That's awesome.
Then you get that big old ridge line shelf up there.
Man, that is pretty comfy. I do kind of like that. Interesting. Breakfast is served, David. I didn't add any salt and pepper.
Wishwell Farm maple syrup.
Oh, it's Wishwell Farm syrup. Is this bourbon, coffee, chai, or cinnamon, or plain?
Plain.
Try this out. Oh yeah, that makes it pretty good.
Might be onto something there. Maybe the Canadians do know what they're talking about.
Xander Budnuck, eat your heart out. Well, as soon as we finish packing up, we're going to get on the river, try to get ahead of this rain that's moving in here any minute. Doesn't actually look too bad right now, but yeah, there's like an 80% chance of rain here in the next hour, so I don't want to be stuck tearing down camp when it starts raining. Well, we're just about ready to leave camp. And this is where David started yesterday before paddling upriver a 1.5 miles to meet me, so we can dump a lot of gear in his truck. You can see how overcast it is today. We did have a nice sunrise, and then the cloud cover just covered it up. Here is a look at Constitution Park from up on the road. Not a bad place to stay, right on the river. Now this sign is a little confusing to me because you can sign up for a permit to stay here, which is what we did. It was $5 for the night. And it allows fires, which is a pretty rare thing in a city park. All right, back on the water for day 2 of segment 2 on the Little Miami River. One thing I failed to mention earlier, I kept calling this Constitution Park, which is what this park is, but it's also called Little Miami Reserve Launch, aka Spars Landing. So it seems like a lot of these takeout spots along the Little Miami River have multiple names. So yeah, Constitution Park, Little Miami Reserve Launch, Spars Landing. All right, back on the water. We got about 15 river miles to Little Miami Bar and Grill or something like that. That is the only food stop. Well, there was one other place a little sooner, but you had to walk into town a little bit. This one's right on the Little Miami Scenic Trail. So that is what our plans are for late lunch, early dinner today. Getting ready to cross under State Route 42. Hopefully we'll have some peace and quiet and solitude up ahead here without traffic. This looks like a fun little ride right here. Big rock right there on the left. Nice little place to camp right there. No trees, but a great tent site. This is 3/4 of a mile downriver from Constitution Park. Well, I had to don the rain jacket. Just a light sprinkle still, but just enough to start wetting the shirt down a little bit. But I'm enjoying my delicious Ohio peach. I think the variety is Contender. Delicious Freestone peaches from Champaign Berry Farm in Mutual, Ohio, which is near, kind of between Urbana and Marysville. The rain has just about stopped. There's more on the way, but I think we're good for a little while. Is he gonna make it? Been coming into a few blowdowns here and there. I think we're in a section of river here that's not maintained by a livery. And it's raining again. We got poured on pretty good for about a half hour. I am soaked all the way through. My Helium 2 rain jacket kept me pretty dry. It definitely feels like it wetted out, but I stayed dry underneath. So directly to your left, river left right now, is Caesar Creek State Park. So we've been discussing how we're going to get back up to our vehicle, David's truck, at Constitution Park. And I called 2 liveries, one south of us and one north of us, and neither of them were willing to shuttle us, so that is out the window. Plan B, I posted a Facebook post to the Kayak Ohio group, hoping someone might be available and willing to shuttle us. If that doesn't work, plan C is to use an Uber at Mather's Mill, where we intend to take out. And one of us will stay with the gear and the kayaks, while the other one goes up to get the truck and we'll come back. Uber is available. It's going to be 30 bucks. So I think that's going to be the route we're going to take. But if that fell through, there's always my wife that can come down from Bell Fountain. It's like an hour and 45-minute drive, and I'm just trying to save her the time, the fuel to come all the way down here just to shuttle us 15 miles. So hopefully this Uber will work out, or maybe someone from Kayak Ohio will reach out to us here soon. We still got like 4 hours to go before we finish our paddle today. All right, we got a Lowhead Dam coming up. You hear that? We got to take out. There's a sign right there. So we're going to take out here and portage around this dam. It sounds pretty big, but I still like to put my own 2 eyes on it. See what we're dealing with here. What do you think, David?
It's not that big of a deal.
Man, it sure sounds big.
I don't see it.
Let's go look at the other side of it to see how bad it is. Maybe we can skirt. Look, if you take the far right, it looks like you can go right over it. This doesn't look that bad. What do you guys think? What should we do? I don't even have my backpacking gear with me. I think I can get right over that. Right there by the river right, by the bank. All right, here we go. Oh boy. A lot bigger than we thought. Oh gosh. No, I'm not going to take that. That is way more than I thought it was. Well, it's about a 4-foot drop and then another foot after that. Shoot. Looks like we're going to portage. Man, it's a massive backpack. What's that weigh? 60 pounds? Oh. But it'll hold 60, I bet.
Where'd it go?
Crocs with no traction. There we go. Finally got around that mess. Turn around and get a good look at this. I'm not sure what would happen to the kayaks if we tried to go with that. Maybe it's doable, I don't know. Probably not the safest thing. Alright, let's get moving. We are 10 miles in for the day. So Constitution Park to Corwin Avenue Bridge is 10 miles exactly. And there hasn't been one suitable hammock camping spot yet. Numerous places for tents. So I would recommend bringing your tent and staying on a gravel sandbar along the Little Miami River. Whoa! Versus hammock camping, at least during the summer. Because the steep, muddy banks make it difficult to enter the woods, and they're very overgrown with weeds. So tent camping is the way to go, in my opinion, on the Little Miami River. Unless you're staying at one of the parks, of course, and then you gotta hope there's trees. It's getting wide and slow, murky. It reminds me a little bit of the Mad River between Springfield and Dayton. There's some sections like this. All right, we're passing under State Route 73. To the right is the little burg of Corwin, I believe. To the left takes you to Caesars Creek. Ooh, we got a fun, fast water Class 1 section coming up here, David. Woohoo! I don't even know if you can call that Class 1. How about Class .6? I did not expect to see the sunshine at all today. I left my sunglasses in David's car. Now I can hardly even see. It's gorgeous out again. Now watch it cut loose raining again in about a half hour. Looks like an obstacle course to navigate up ahead. All right, so we just came up on this little sticky situation here. Quite a debris field up ahead. I'm not sure how I'm gonna navigate through here. I was almost gonna go straight through those logs there and get sucked in. But I don't know how deep it is there. So I think I might try to get, if I paddle right in there and take a hard right, I can get behind that little log there and then get around. But it's moving pretty quick. I'm afraid it's gonna suck me on down into that, and I do not want to end up there. I don't know how deep it is. I don't know if I can back paddle out of that. And then you might think I can just cross on this little sandbar and get back in, but I'm not sure where to get to it. If you look up here, see, it's fast moving water all the way around it. That was pretty sketchy, but really wasn't as bad as we thought. I forgot to get my camera out and film David coming around that. I have my camera put away because I thought I was going to get sucked right down into that strainer over there. We got a pretty cool covered bridge coming up here. The Corwin M. Nixon covered bridge. That is very unique. I have never seen anything like that. It basically just looks like a concrete bridge with wood planking on the outside of the concrete, and then a wooden structure built on top. Rope swing number 9. That's interesting. Now there's something you don't see every day. We did not know what it was until we got closer, and now we can see that it is barrels filled with concrete. Triple stacked, quadruple stacked maybe. Very odd. Possibly a retaining wall or a bridge foundation, I don't know. Go Bucks. Oh, cool little section right here. I really like this. Shaded, cool, overhanging trees, quick moving water. Wow, that's the first time I've ever gotten wet on this river. All right, we just pulled out here because somewhere up in there on Oregonia Road is the Little River Bar and Grill. I thought there was going to be some kind of river access to get to it, but I'm not seeing anything except this little dirt path up here. So let's go investigate, because I'm hungry. All right, just came out to this little access road, and I believe that's the restaurant right there, and I even see a portage on. All right. I hear music, so it must be open. Heading back to the river to get David some money and my shirt. Hey, we got live music going on. All right. Little River Bar and Grill. All right, we got full bellies, ready to finish up these final 2 miles. And just like that, we're back on the water for our final 2 miles down to Mathers Mill Takeout Landing, whatever it's called. Ready to finish this thing up and get off the water. It's getting late. It's about 5:15. Rope swing number 11. There has been no shortages of rope swings on the Little Miami River, but they all are in like 2 feet of water. Check out this nice campsite, Little Miami Canoe Rental Camp. Nice mowed section, a shelter house and a fire pit. Very nice. Here we are coming up on Route 7. Just a few hundred yards to go. Well, folks, we are approaching Mathers Mill Public Access, ending segment 2 of my through paddle on the Little Miami River. Stay tuned for part 3, where I will be completing the entire Little Miami River, exiting into the Ohio River. Coming soon. I will drop a link to part 3 in the description and put it at the end of the video once that video is complete.
Hey, I'm a lot of